Hello, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII Remastered commentary playthrough. Today we are going to go into the town of Balam and advance the storyline. So, two boss battles in here. Very simple. Last episode I recommended that you have at least one person with Mug in their ability list. So go ahead and change over to that. And then do not equip any elemental attacks because they're just not going to help you here. And in addition, you do want one character, at least one character in your squad to have draw. It will be needed here. Okay. Ensure your GFs are learning something useful. If you want to AP grind out here, you can, just for those little small amounts. Or you can just move on and learn something different. I don't think I'm in any critical danger of learning anything right now. So, actually I'm going to fight. Just want to get some of those abilities out of the way. Give me a big formation. Okay. Yeah, high-level bite bugs will give you wizard stones, which is the easiest way to get wizard stones, beside probably the card modding. Okay, so we learned some more abilities here. Don't worry about healing up and using your own stuff to do that, because there's actually a free heal inside this, inside the town. Okay, so... Alright, so go ahead and enter the town. You'll see that it's under Galbadian occupation. Just kind of run around and talk to all the NPCs in this area. And talk to Zell. There we go. Then choose your best 3-man party here. And you're going to be locked in here now, so you have to complete this. Once you come in here, you have to complete this. You can check the weapon shop to see if you have any upgrades that you might want to get. I obviously don't have anything I want to do right now. Yeah, no, he needs 2 steel pipes. Oh man, this guy. So nothing worth my while here. Okay, so once you're inside the town of Balam, how you want to progress is you want to enter Zell's home. You'll notice that Mom's not here. And then from here, head over to the hotel. Talk to those guards and they'll give you information about a captain now. Talk to this soldier and he'll say that the captain was fishing around this area. And then head back over to Zell's house. And we should see some smoke coming from his house. So you want to go inside here. And it'll look kind of foggy, which is what you want. Talk to the mom. And if you go up to Zell's room when it's foggy like this, he'll actually let us in his room. And up here you can kind of like punch this punch bag over here. Just kind of interact with it. There's this T-board from earlier. Too bad we can't use that to get around towns, you know? But you'll get a free rest here, and then that should be more than enough to deal with the upcoming sections here. And the next two boss fights, they're actually kind of weak to blind. So if you are able to blind them, I would do that. Because it's just going to make the battle much more simpler for you. So you have a bunch of characters with status attack, then go ahead and just put blind on them, or, you know, you can just cast it from your magic stock. And with all that, head out of here. So since you have the scent on you of the fish, that's where you'll be able to progress this little part. What you want to do is run back over towards the dog, and then touch or interact with the dog. And then follow him, he'll do a little chase. And we want to go into the train station. So if you need to restock anything too, go ahead and buy stuff from the little shops here. I think I'm pretty good. Alright. So the fish caused them to have sickness. Once this happens, you can take the opportunity to save it one more time, or just continue down to hotel, which is what we want to do. Alright, so from Raijin, you do want to mug him because he's going to give you strength ups. And he already drops the strength up normally, but if you mug him, you'll actually get 2 of them. So that's his rare draw, and that's what you want to go for. Defeat the guards on the side, or you can keep them alive to heal yourself. They have the same magics they've had throughout the entire game. But I would blind Raijin as soon as you can. And then just take out those smaller guards too. Now, Raijin is, he absorbs thunder, so that's something to kind of watch out for here. And we actually don't want to kill him right away. Just let Squall recover them as we wait. And there you go. So we still have 2 strength ups from Raijin. Okay, so for the next boss fight, we're going to be thrust into a Fujin and Raijin battle for the first time. I would consider Fujin to be the more dangerous enemy in this battle. She has one specific move. If she gets it off, it'll actually reduce your HP to 1. So go into the battle with a way to revive yourselves in case things go absolutely wrong here, since you won't be able to save after this point. Otherwise, you'll have to battle Fujin or you have to battle Raijin all over again. So same principle applies here. You do want mug. If you mug Fujin and Raijin, you'll get some better items than you would from their actual drops. Most important thing though in this fight is to draw Pandemona from Fujin. Maybe she gets that off. So this will stop her from casting any kind of wind magic on you. Then we want to beat up on Raijin first. And he's going to pull off his special move here, which hits pretty hard. And there it was. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to pull off the mug from Raijin there, or from Fujin. She has a hero and a mega elixir, I believe, as her two mug list abilities. But she'll still drop the mega elixir no matter what. Really, what you want to try to do is try to get the hero, but if you card mod, you'll get plenty of heroes at the end game. And then we will receive the Combat King 2 there, and a new GF, which is the most important thing. Make sure you read the Combat King 02 so that you can learn the new ability Meteor Strike for Zell's Payment Break. And then we really want to check out this new GF that we got. So Pandemona is a wind-based element GF. Comes with straight speed junctions. First time we've actually seen a GF with speed in it. So if you want a character to move at a quicker pace, definitely learn this now without the need of doing haste anymore. Of course, casting haste is still going to help you no matter what, but this is something that we want. And then attach him to a character that you want to be very fast, which for me, I want Squall to be as quick as he can, since he's going to be my highest damage output every single time. So I'm just going to run back to my quarters, and I'm going to do a little team switch here. Because I'm gonna have to end up needing Irvine for later section, and he's kind of falling behind everybody. as far as levels concerned. So I want him in here. And we will do this. And I kind of want to bring out a new member, since we've been playing with the same characters for a little bit now. I think I'll bring Questus back for this. So I'm going to give myself a rest to heal everyone. So again, with the garden, I mean, it's going to be available for the rest of the game. So if there's anything you need to keep doing in here, keep doing it. You can train inside the training center for some easy AP with the Grats. The dinosaur will show up every now and again, which will net you 10 AP per. Or you can go do the Cactar Island trick that I showed earlier to gain some more levels, especially for your new GF. If you want these abilities quickly, you can go ahead and do that. But what you really want to do right now, after all the events of Balam, is you want to return to Balam Garden, or to the town. Our seed rank raised, awesome. Good to go. We got Irvine and Questus in the party. Alright, so with that, return to the town. We're going to go towards the hotel. And what we want to do here is the hotel owner has the Pandemona card. So you definitely want to grab that right now. And hopefully your rules aren't crazy and you've been spreading all sorts of stuff around the place. So open sun, that's okay. That sounds good to me. Good, you played it right out the gate. He wants to trick me. So sudden death, open, and trade roll all. That's not too bad at all, actually, for rolls that have spread so far. Like, whatever the sequence is, sometimes it just removes, you know, other rules that won't be established. So if you just don't like something, just keep restarting your game until you get like a rule that you actually want spread in the region to spread. But at the very least, try to keep open. Open's just going to make your card experience a lot more easier. So then the next major story beat is that they want us to travel over to Trabia Garden, which is where Selphie transferred from. So they were the first ones that got hit with the missiles, and Selphie just wants to go check on it, see what happened. Maybe they got out of it, maybe they didn't, you know, kind of like we did. And don't worry about this level 5 card that you're missing, but we will get it. It's just in a much later area. But all these other cards, you'll just have to kind of win luckily, or, you know, you have to face down the boss still in order to get it. And then a lot of these missing GF cards or whatever are still because we haven't obtained that GF, and or it's part of the Card Queen quest, which, you know, I haven't done at all. But there is another way to getting every single card at the end of the game. So hopefully you did the card collection club stuff. With Questus and Irvine. Just have to deal with what we got. And inside the garden, like I said before, if you keep going to the training center, there's a chance that another weapons monthly magazine will drop inside of it. See Zell in his training uniform. I actually don't want encounters in there. Alright, so this thing might not populate until disc 3, but it'll be in this area. You'll see it on the ground. You would never know that it's there unless you looked up a guide or came in here every now and again and seen it. The Joker guy will show up randomly, so you'll have to keep resetting the area. But with some of the side quests already knocked out and getting the GFs that we need at this point, continuing with the Balam quest line, now we really do want to go to Trabia Garden so that we can advance the story plot even more. And luckily enough, we found it on the map, or it's already given to you anyway, so you're just going to head behind here. There are some interesting enemies that you can battle in the Trabia Garden region. There's always a way to like pull off, especially blue dragons. Blue dragons in this area are going to be a late game enemy that we're going to need to farm for some materials, for some ultimate weapons. And you can actually like face them off inside of the forest or around these mountainous areas. And there's actually like a trick you can do to get them to spawn every single time, but I don't know how to do it. I think that they're just too easy anyway to get in a different location, and they'll be a much higher level to begin with, so no point in doing that stuff right now since we don't have access to it. So then you'll see Trabia Garden is destroyed. This is the location for it. Just land, save your game, and then there's going to be a whole lot of story beats here, a lot of story section stuff. Most important thing about Trabia Garden is going to be that Selfie's friend, like best friend or whatever, that comes up and meets us as the first NPC from this area, is going to have her card. Trabia's rules, though, have the random roll. So you're going to want to card mod your worthless cards so you don't have a chance at drawing them out. With that, I think I can actually go get this one. But anyway. So you want to have as many strong cards as you can play in this. If you do lose something important, just restart, save from the outside, save in there, and then reload your game. It's no harm in doing this. You just don't want to, keep losing your cards and going back and forth. So if you look on the ground to the bottom right corner, you're going to see like a little magazine that's sticking out there. Just kind of walk to the right a bit and up, and then hit X for this Weapons Monthly August issue. Read it, and you'll see some new items that we can craft. So this is Questus' ultimate weapon, Save the Queen. So you'll see that it has some pretty needy requirements to get this. We've seen Marlboro tentacles from card modding, and we've seen sharp spikes, but the energy crystals are a whole different story. So you can get those from Elnoil cards, but you need at least 10 of them to refine into one energy crystal. And in order to find energy crystals, you'll actually need to fight Elnoils, which we haven't even had an opportunity to fight one yet. So we won't be able to do this for a while. And the Cardinal is a good weapon. I think we already have this one. See, so this is what I was talking about. Like way early, like back in Disc 1 Timber, you know, just because I had these materials alone just from card modding, I was able to build this weapon without even knowing it existed. So that's the way that the system works in the game. So if you look up a guide or something and you want someone's ultimate weapon right out the gate, you can give a look to see what items it might need, and you can card mod, or you can travel around the world once you open up the Balaam Guard and stuff, and, you know, farm monsters for their stuff, get the GF Tonberry, level up or level down the monsters in order to get the materials that you absolutely need at this point. I think I actually do have some star fragments. Pull star fragments off of high-level dinosaurs. Yeah. So I can make Squall a new weapon if I want. So she's telling us to go to a basketball court so we can do some talking. Head over to the right screen here and you'll see that there's a Timber Maniac right on the ground. So this will be the 8th Timber Maniac I believe we picked up to this point. So they don't have a hotel here, so you'll have to pick it up here. There's a hidden zombie draw point in the graveyard. You just kind of hit right here. You can draw a zombie. Pretty messed up, but you know. What they chose. Zombies actually, like, I would have one character at least with zombie because I do use it, and I'll show you some pretty cool stuff you can do with zombie. Head to the right of the screen right here and you'll see a save point. You can interact with the computer here, and it'll bring up like some interesting things. And it would have flashed a little, because I have it on times 3 speed right now, it flashed like Selfie's little ID on there, but it just zips out really quick. So there's no way to like fix it or anything, it's just one of those types of things. This NPC is trying to tell you that the treasure that it's claiming that's there was just the magazine that we saw. So you take 5 steps downwards and it's right there, but I mean you can see it, it's in plain sight. I think in the original version of the game though it is kind of like blended into the ground because of how bad the graphics are in the OG version. So they actually highlighted the Timber Maniacs a lot more in this game, or in the Remastered. Yeah, so when they block you like that, just come back over here. And this NPC laying on the ground is just gonna say some nonsense. This guy over here is giving you a hint of the Tonberry King. So it's just letting you know that a Tonberry King exists in this game. So Selfie's friend here, go ahead and play her in cards if she would let you. I don't think she's gonna let us. That'll help increase your seed rank just for doing that small gesture. Alright, so it's just going to be difficult. So if you go near the missile and you hit X on it, you'll find the first aura draw point of the game. Now, aura is a magic that will allow you to cast or pull out your limit breaks early. So this is actually a really neat end-game kind of magic that we'll need, because it's useful in a lot of strategies, especially for some super bosses and stuff like that. So don't use auras if you come across it right now. They're not worth it in regular battles. So we'll just advance the plotline here and do some story stuff. And then after this concludes, I will go after the selfie card, so enjoy the little scenery here and some major story beat. Irvine's a hooper. So, yep, huge little story moment there. We all grew up in an orphanage together. Nobody seems to remember this. And they are blaming the GFs for their memory loss, essentially. And just for the fact that they were really young, you know. And I mean, if you think back on it, when you were really young, you probably don't remember a lot of your little life as well. Probably some bits and pieces, you know, in forms of dreaming, you know, lucid dreaming and stuff like that. So these guys have just been training to be, you know, killers, basically, and using the powers of the GF. But they all came to a little revelation there, understanding that, oh, we know each other. So in a way, all the party members were, you know, like brothers and sisters, basically, through the entire time, and Irvine was the only one who could remember. Which, if you go back to the first disc, you'd understand why he had a hard time shooting at Adia, because he knew that he had to shoot at basically what was their mother. And, you know, Adia Kramer being the matron of their orphanage is kind of weird for them, because they don't understand why she turned into this evil sorceress, basically. But they want to seek these answers, and they want to go back to the orphanage. And that's where our next major story piece is going to come from. And you'll find the orphanage down in this region, in the Centra area. We've actually passed it before, when we were looking for Odin and the Tonberry King's little place. So if there's anything else you want to do before we go there, that will be an end of disc section. And it's a pretty lengthy one too. So you'll have a battle between both gardens, and you know, the conclusion of disc 2 will take place in that area. So what you want to do here is come back into the garden after all that stuff happened, and we want to do the little card battle so we can get Selfie's card from the little friend here. And hopefully this doesn't go too terribly. But it's already looking like it might. Yep. And that rule absolutely sucks. So it's like, no matter what, the computer just seems to find ways to always get the plus rule to activate for it. And once that rule is here, it's here to stay, basically. So even though I did net the open rule, it's just not worth losing a card here, especially your high-level ones. And with it being a random rule, you know, you do have hopefully plenty of cards that can help you defeat them, but you'll have to just get random lucky pulls, basically. So just keep going after her, and hopefully she keeps playing the selfie card and you're actually able to win it at some point. If you got any kind of crazy rules that are hurting you, you know, just do your best. I mean, they're gonna try to plus you every single time. And you see, it's just like, it doesn't matter what happens, they're just gonna figure it out. And this is even worse, oh my. So the way that the plus rule works is that if you look at the sides of the cards, and if you're able to add up both numbers, and it equals the same value, that's how you activate the plus rule. So in this instance, it came from, I think, let's see here. 6 plus 6 is 12, 7 plus 4 is 11. So it came from the Iron Giant when I played it. So the 7 plus 4, you know, my 7 on his 4 side, and then the other 7 from the bottom of the ultimate weapon showing, and the 4 on the other side of the Giant, all equal the same value of 11 if you add those together. So that's how you're able to pull off the plus combo, and it is honestly just one of the worst rules in the game. So we'll just take the selfie card and hopefully... Okay, so that's not too bad. But what you see happens here is that the open rule has now disappeared. And pretty much from this section on, the card rules are going to be hard anyway. So you can hold off on getting any more rare cards until the end game, because that's when it's going to be completely just nuts. It's just going to be insane. But there is a way past all that kind of stuff. And I don't like doing it, but you would have to refine pretty much every card that you can, and then keep 5 cards that you think you're always going to win with, you know, or at least, you know, 5 to 8 cards or something, depending on the situation. And your playstyle. If you play defensively, you might want to have like all corners covered, or, you know, if you're an aggressive player, then you want every single big card that you can find and just keep taking them over. But losing the open rule is going to hurt for, you know, pretty much the majority of the game. You can get it back, but it's just a pain because you would have to abolish rules and all sorts of stuff, so we were lucky to have it up to this far. As long as you don't spread random. Random is probably the worst thing, though. You know, if you have a choice in your cards, then just kind of keep playing the same way that you would. You would just have to be able to play a little bit more defensively, since now you can't see what they're about to play next. And then with the selfie card, you can refine that into 3 Elem guards. Elemental guards are going to teach the GF the elemental defense ×4 ability. So pretty useful and powerful at this stage of the game as well, but honestly you don't really need it, because GFs are going to learn that in the future just by themselves anyway, so it'll just be a waste of a good card. So then in the next part, since this is all wrapped up, I'm going to evaluate and see if we want to do any extra side content before we head over to the orphanage in order to advance the plot line and get onto a new disc, which is essentially what they want us to do. Then if this happens where timber and all that stuff gets in your way, just follow it, or Fisherman's Raijin. You'll be able to jump on a beachhead here, and then you can just cross over. Oh no, that was a mistake. So this is a mistake here. I accidentally bumped into the garden there, and that's going to continue the plot line. So I will have that probably removed. Alright, so anyway, that's where the orphanage is, and if you bump into Galvadia Garden right there, you'll see that a bunch of cutscenes are going to play out, and that's the next major plot line that we need to go towards. So sorry for that little mistake there. Sometimes I can't predict where it's at. And unfortunately it just didn't show up on my screen by the time I bumped into it. So anyway, nothing else happened there. We still have the selfie card, and this is why we save every 10 seconds. And so yeah, next time I'll see if we want to do any more side questing, or if we're just going to continue on to the Galvadia versus Balam Garden section of game. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.